I'm gonna move these guys over here. And I'm gonna get a probe droid. Where can we get a probe droid? The one right there. Chardin, planetary battle. You guys are invading. I think we can hold this off.
Inbound reporting. Yes, sir. Copy.
Oh no. We killed our repair platforms.
Ready for your orders, sir.
Oh god. This is where we had so much trouble killing the artillery in the first place.
Order acknowledged.
Alright,
Yes, Commander. Ready.
I think what we'll do... AA turrets...
Moving to that area, sir. Heading out. Our base is under attack. Order, sir. Spread out, man. Yes, sir.
Got a lot of them.
Activating. Awaiting order. Cool. Target acquired.
I don't always film the playthroughs here, Call. This is towards the end of one, and I'll usually stream the last recordings for it.
Fallout troops.
But not always.
Let's move out. Yes, sir. Avoiding fire.
This is actually close enough that the artillery can hit, isn't it?
Roger. All right then. Load your weapons.
Draw them away a little bit. Damn.
Gravity control generator destroyed.
We'll get him next time.
System lost.
Okay, Glump, though. We'll still focus on the original plan and go south. Cut him off from Chardin, at least.
Reporting in. Roger that. Form up.
Air unit spam in 2.3 is a lot more beatable than it was
Let's go.
in previous builds. It's just we had basically nothing on the planet. Because that was just the most basic infrastructure we had, and they had 2 or 3 companies of air units plus the artillery.
Keep going. Choose your reinforcements.
So if we'd had even a second AA turret finished there, let alone any other kind of garrison,
Over there.
then that would have been fine.
Moving out. Roger that. Let's move out.
Asterisks.
Reporting. Advancing. Form up. Reporting. Heading out. Incoming! Troops. Awaiting orders. Order acknowledged. Copy. I copy. Keep going. Yes, Commander.
Okay, you guys need to back off a little bit.
Firing.
T2s first, then T1s. We don't have any air units, so I'm not too concerned about the AA-oriented T1s.
Ready for your orders, sir.
They do have the high ground.
Right away, sir.
Okay, let's back off with these ones. See if we can get them to run into the AT-AT.
Unit destroyed.
Let's get over there. And we'll get an AV turret.
Turret constructing.
AC. As long as they didn't capture this, then I'll probably start shooting at it, which would make me very sad, as we've seen. Let's get an IDT in here. And we'll even send some stuff in it, so we can just drop them off behind enemy lines. Seize die. Okay, you guys get in there.
Move out.
And fly in behind if you can. Got a heavy tracker. Difficulty with the heavy tracker is kind of like the Invincible, where it's set to target the actual hardpoint, and firing bones a little bit outside. Ah, nope. That IDT.
Reporting.
AT-AT destroyed.
Destination set. Setting course. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Setting course.
Bombing run available.
What's the difference in this mod between Army Troopers and Stormtroopers? Stormtroopers are better. Army Troopers are a bit cheaper, and
Repair station constructing.
Changing course. Right.
come in
away.
slightly bigger companies.
Yes, sir. Keep
The
going.
flat stats of the Stormtroopers are better. And in 2.3, the Stormtroopers come with mixed squads, so you'll have Plex Troopers with them, whereas stuff like Army Troopers, it's just regular soldiers.
Attack.
Construction complete.
Fire. Ready. Activating. Coordinates. Fire.
Too bad we didn't have another IDT here.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Roger that. Moving out. Affirmative, sir. Open fire. Form up. Reporting.
Alright, AT-AT, can you please run up? I'd actually like to get another sensor. Rubber Van's dead. Blow up the AC.
Ready.
Thank you.
Over there. I copy. Let's move out. Reporting in. AT-AT ready. Reporting. Attacking target. Fire. Counter transport ready. Attack
There we go.
attacking. Reporting in.
Okay, I need to just keep pushing up this way.
Keep going.
If we can just get vision of one of their structures, we can bomb it, and then we'll be dealing with fewer reinforcements. That's a T4. Not even a tax form. You guys back off with it. AT-AT can actually hit stuff from here. What? Rather than hitting a building. There we go. Still some smaller units up there, but that's a lot easier to deal with. We must have a heavy vehicle factory here too. You guys are gonna head in there.
Order acknowledged. Moving to that area, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Commander.
Not bad.
Coordinates.
Not great, but not bad.
Choose your reinforcements.
On my way, sir. Over there.
Repair
Good,
station
there we go.
constructing.
So what do we got? Heavy vehicle, light vehicle, barracks, and senator's office on the far back.
Order, sir. Affirmative, sir.
So we'll get an anti-vehicle turret there. Let's also see if we can get up
As you
to
wish, General. Providing cover.
that.
Reporting.
Rather than relying on the turret.
Awaiting orders.
We can just bring down more stuff.
Ready. Spreading out. Roger that. Target day.
There you go.
Firing.
There's another one coming.
Right away. Moving out. Heading out. Yes, sir. All right, men. Take cover. Yes,
Four.
there they are.
Need to make sure we get this landing zone.
Heading out.
That's all that matters. Ah, alright. Cool.
Moving out. Ready. Fall out, troops. AT-AT AT-AT ready. Attacking.
These T4s are what really scare me.
Form up.
We'll probably remove the T3s from the Senator's office, the regular Senator's office, and they should only be in the
Roger that.
overall capital.
Fallout true. Awaiting orders.
The tricky thing with the NRs is that they have so much in the small vehicle space, and then the two really powerful ones with the T3 and T4. So unless we nerf the T3 a little bit more, then it could work. And then they'd be filling the rest of the same space as the T4. But as it is, as a garrison on every planet, it can be a bit much.
Let's go. Targeting. Yes, sir. I've got one scopes. There they are. Form up. Keep going.
You're gonna kill those.
Awaiting your order.
You're gonna kill that. And you're gonna kill that.
Yes, I copy. Ready for your orders, sir. Reporting. Target acquired.
Destroyed.
The target standing.
Bombing run will be here in a second. With that one.
Affirmative, sir.
Soldiers, try to get that capturable turbo laser for us.
Reporting. Commencing attack. Weapons armed.
You guys drive on up. Bombing run. I think we'll just try to bomb that.
Attack run. Yes, Commander. Attack run. Clear in my sights. Ready.
Right.
Walker.
They did get one more T4 out.
AT-AT ready.
You're gonna help with that, and you're gonna stay right there. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it all. That's good.
Reporting in.
If you can land all the shots on it,
In attack position.
then that can kill it. But half the time you'll miss one or two, and
Targeting at maximum firepower.
the structure survives, which is not ideal.
Awaiting your orders.
What's your idea of the check for whether a target is being hit or not? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean the AI checking when it's targeting, there's no idea for a check for that. That wouldn't be something we can fix.
Open fire. Yes, Commander. This way.
Captured
Support order acknowledged.
laser tower.
Affirmative, sir. Reporting. Attack that target. Yes, Commander. Over there. Acknowledged. Ready. Attacking.
You can sort of fix it by just letting everything shoot through everything, but that kind of ruins the point of most maps. The benefits don't really outweigh the cost to doing that.
Armor transport ready. Targeting. Form up. Changing course.
We lost the abandoned turbo laser tower.
Right away. Moving out.
Remember you talking about in another stream how you'd like to get a check for the AI and whether the unit is hitting a target, and if it wasn't, then just how to move. So I wasn't saying that's something I wanted to do. I was saying that if you wanted to fix the issue, that's what you'd have to do, which isn't really feasible.
Fire.
It would be really complicated to do, and it would be really straining on performance to do. So it's not something that you really could or should do in a reasonable way.
System conquered. Beginning
Star
construction.
Destroyer reporting
Okay, we'll
in.
get that up. I guess we should just go for Chardin
Construction.
before they're able to build it up too much.
Construction
I
complete.
think we will do that.
Ready to go.
We'll go in there. Hakasi, I'm going to add in
Unit
Autark back to the unit list, and we'll see what's going on at camp.
Tactical battle imminent.
Rhodia space.
AT-AT
Tactical
ready.
battle imminent.
Nothing in space, so that'll be easy to do. They have a pretty big rebel fleet over Chardin.
We've come across enemy units.
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay, Shin is Black Scimitar.
Check us out, full thrusters.
Chained Hard in behind. Hand of Blood and USS Enterprise on each side. And we'll get Indefatigable back here.
I'll take them out.
Nebula is getting super lasered.
Destroyer reporting in. Coming about. At once.
Fire.
Get Inconvenience to try to block some of the bombs, I think.
We await your command, my lord. Copy.
Interdictive field.
A little bit far back to hit too much, but or to stop too much.
Targeting.
But at least some of it.
Await your command, my lord.
Roger that.
There's so many Bothan assault cruisers.
Our primary target.
They're just so good.
Reporting. Enemies incoming. Awaiting your orders.
Taking fire.
I copy. Waiting orders. Engines activated.
Guys in there.
Stand ready. Locking on.
Awaiting your command.
Make sure the Sovereign is going to focus down their Mon Cal.
Your command.
Then the rest of our ships can each probably take out a Bothan assault cruiser, as long as they're targeting, like as long as the Bothans are targeting our our Sovereign.
Reinforcements.
Copy that. Attack. Reporting in.
Formation. Stay in formation.
Engaging.
We await your command, my lord.
Roger that. Destroy. Awaiting orders. Launching attack.
See, I don't want you hitting the promo.
Online. Open fire on those laser cannons. Shields are down.
Target locked.
Reporting.
They still technically have a bit more overall combat power than us in the galaxy, so it's not going to be a simple walk into the Republic. But we have more territory. We have the economy to replace our losses as we go. So hopefully it won't be too painful.
Reporting. We've lost our turbo lasers.
Taking fire.
You're 2 hard points away. 1 and 2.
Commander, they're hitting us. Intercepting.
There we go.
Unlock the laser batteries. Fire at will. Attacking. I'm on them.
One of the nice things with some of the projectile or some of the hardpoint changes we've made with 2.3 is that you'll notice that except right at the end when a ship dies, there's not too much of the turbo laser overflow. So not too many shots are being wasted, which is usually one of the downsides of using hardpoints in the first place. And also one of the things that will let some things like ship repair be a bit more useful
Yes, Commander.
when we start getting fleet tenders in, which we'd like to do. Indefatigable is really close to death there,
Ready.
but it's good.
Yes, Commander.
What do you think of buffing the interdictor missile defense ability range by 25 to 35% every time I try to use it? I have be so far up. There's
We are victorious.
some trade-offs there in ability effectiveness versus performance, because the broader the range and the more it's stopping, the more it's evaluating, so you can get issues with lag spikes with the ability. So it's probably something that we'll buff a little bit and play with a bit, but it's another one of the things where performance is going to take the priority over the ability itself being super effective, which is not ideal, but that's kind of just how it has to work. What's your favorite feature that you've made for this mod? It's hard to point to any individual thing,
Construction.
but I'm pretty happy with
Gauge standing by.
a lot of the stuff that's gone into
Construction complete. Invasion
the mechanics that we needed to make boarding and single unit retreat work. So the communication that we can have between the galactic and tactical map, which isn't really a feature in and of itself, but it's something that really opens up a lot of possibilities for us in other areas. Another thing that I like is some of the work that's gone into
sensor node
getting
constructing.
air selection to work as well. So
Reporting.
the way we set that up and a lot of the scripting that's gone into getting the story to work for that, I'm pretty happy with.
Destination I read you, sir. Over. We're on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, Commander.
Order acknowledged. Let's go.
Ready. For
I think the V-Wings still use the anti-vehicle
battalion standing by.
projectiles, so
On the way. Yes, sir. On my
that
way,
would
sir.
change when we're doing all the projectile reworks.
Turret constructing.
Mauler ready.
Order, sir.
Time order, copy. Let's move
Gonna
out.
fly on over there.
Standing by. Yes, Commander.
Shuffling over. We'll have to adjust the animation speed on that.
Walker moving out.
We changed the scale, and the speed remained the same. You didn't have to slow down.
Keep going. This way. Activating. Over there.
Affirmative, sir.
Repair station constructing.
Coordinates.
Roll out. Right.
You don't have to slow down. You can run them over. I encourage it.
Scanning for enemies.
Your only care in the world is this artillery.
Sweep. Setting course.
Open fire. Attack that target.
Changing course.
In range for the anti-infantry as well.
Attacking target.
May as well. Doesn't have the armor to really matter.
Fire and wind. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Target acquired. Ready to move.
Unit destroyed.
Roger.
Yeah, they definitely still have the anti-vehicle turret weapons. They should not. The really annoying thing is how targeting just works in the game.
The enemy has
Just
been defeated.
not helpful for anti-air stuff.
System conquered.
Okay, so I'm gonna send
Star
this fleet from
Destroyer reporting
Bespin. Adventure's Calling leading it over to I2. And the Chardon fleet
Building under construction.
down to Vondark.
System lost.
What system did we lose? Chardon? Well, I guess there was a structure there. We'll have to reland the units. I hate that bug.
Enemy forces ahead.
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay, Decadence. Blow stuff up.
Yes, my lord.
And DJ Esco, blow up other stuff. ISD, just to reminder once again that the Patreon units are there as a thank you for the people who support the channel on Patreon, on Twitch, as Twitch subscribers, and as YouTube channel members. They're not actually part of the mod, so if you're concerned about
Awaiting your command.
the names not making the mod serious,
Your command.
that is not something that will be in the final release version.
Location plotted.
Reporting in.
Attacking primary target.
Roger that.
All sectors at your command, my lord. All battery commence fire. Superstar destroyer ready.
I don't really need to do anything. They're all just gonna blow stuff up.
Targeting.
And they realize that too. Are there trouble? Also, if you do have Amazon Prime, then that comes with a free subscription you can drop on any channel. If you want to use it on mine, I'd appreciate it, but if you want to use it on another one, do that too, otherwise Jeff Bezos just gets more money. And he doesn't need it.
Beginning construction.
Okay, so when we have Vondark and I2, that'll clear up most of that, and since there's not really much going on at camp, as soon as we have a couple more of these ships built in the north, yeah, need to be able to select it. There, I guess we'll just do it that way.
Vehicle in production.
We'll get them combined, and we'll take camp that way, but here we go.
We've located the enemy.
J-Call, thanks for coming out.
Choose your reinforcements.
Full speed.
Okay, Shinn's Black Scimitar, USS Enterprise, and Hand of Blood on this side.
Setting course. Right away.
There's nothing here that we really need to stop from retreating either.
Destroyer here.
Chained Heart,
Positioning.
there you go.
Destination confirmed.
Getting a lock.
Copy. Full speed.
Standing by.
Intercepting.
Your orders. Concentrating firepower.
Copy.
Flank speed. I copy. Move.
I want to check the charts after this battle as well, just to see what they're looking like, if we've made any significant dent. Because I think they were just above us when the stream started, at least in the direct combat power comparisons that our charts give. I don't know about the graph. I'm not sure exactly how the graphs calculate it compared to how we do. Because with this stuff here, we're calculating just like pure percentage of galactic combat power, which puts us at 52 right now, them at 24. We were at like 36 to 37 when we started, I believe. And what are we looking at with history here? Military. So not too far off of what they were saying at the start. So I'm not sure if it's like weighted by anything, but
Firing main
works out to somewhat close. These guys down here.
Okay, standing by.
We'll just combine those fleets now.
Ready to go.
Construction complete.
I guess these guys will pull out that
Construction
Carrick. It
complete.
can just defend for
Construction complete.
that. We'll move them in Saijo. Did I not? Oh, I don't think I had a Pathfinder. Oh well. Then for this, Party Starter is going to lead us. And Pestilence, you are
More
going to
than
be
ready.
our Galactic Guards for this
Awaiting
one,
Your command.
which is going to go into Hoth. We'll be able to cover 4 planets at a time. 5 planets at a
Ready to
time,
go.
really. I'll just
Setting
move them in.
course.
Get our Pathfinder.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Coming around.
Heavy Star Destroyer awaiting orders.
And
Mauler ready.
let's kill camp.
Tactical battle imminent.
There they are. Blast them.
Choose your reinforcements.
Okay, they do have a Valaduja here. Einstein's Revenge. I guess we'll put Einstein's Revenge in there. We'll put SISD2 and Behemoth up in the front. Aerodaptor. Survival of the
We shall be there
Clueless.
shortly.
Invictus.
Right away.
You guys are going to focus on those structures. Shared space triangles here.
Stay in formation.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Get behind them.
Commencing. Attack.
Have them now.
Star Destroyer reporting
Watch your
in.
back.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I'm on them. Coming around.
I've got them in my sights. Intercepting.
Yes, Commander.
Around for another.
Awaiting.
Nope, you can just go up there and just don't go around long, stupid ways. That's all I ask.
Fire.
Getting a lock.
Target locked.
Intercept.
Awaiting your command.
Probably should focus down
Open fire.
the hangars there first.
Attack that target. Your command, sir.
Excellent shot.
Attacking target.
Nope, you're so unhelpful right now.
Commander. Fire at will. The shields on holding.
At least that'll be down, and then we won't have to worry about any additional reinforcements with that.
Attacking. Target.
I just want you to focus on that. That's all I want you to do.
Our launch bay.
This should have been dead by now if you weren't so
We shall be
stupid.
there shortly. Roger that.
I hate you, Pathfinder. Okay, at least that's dead.
Lasers are our target. Form up.
Or random ISD2.
Destroyer here. The iron cannons are offline. Our target priority is the laser.
Well, at least the dual turbo lasers were automatically focused,
The lasers are our
which
target.
is nice.
I copy.
Heavy ion cannons. No, we'll get those other set of dual turbo lasers.
I'll take care of this.
I guess we can bring him back to the Z list and Windu's Blade, get some extra fighters for us.
Reporting. Star Destroyer standing by. The lasers
Got those duels. Got those duels.
is the laser cannons. Fire.
You're gonna help with those duels. You get the middle one. You get that outer
Is
one.
the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
And I guess you can finish off these little guys.
Star Destroyer reporting.
Nah, you're gonna go for those duels. You're gonna go for these little guys.
Cruiser here. Direct fire on the engines.
Well, they go for the fighters.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Awaiting orders. The lasers are our target. Awaiting your orders. Our target priority is the laser cannons. Target locked. The lasers are
I'd rather focus on the stuff that's doing hull damage than stuff that's doing shield damage with this.
awaiting your command.
Targeting their weapon systems.
And I guess that'll mean swapping over even those ones.
Directing all fire and missile.
You can only hit that side, so I'm not going to be mad at you if you go for the ion cannons.
Reporting.
Attacking target.
Cruiser online. Attacking.
And that does it for the Araido Authority. They started with nothing, and they'll end with... Or they started with one planet, really. They lasted longer than basically anyone else. So congratulations to them.
On my way.
I guess we don't really need a second ground force anymore. We'll at least have
Coordinates.
some extra units to add to the existing ones.
Received.
And these guys are going to guard
On my way.
space over camp. Just in case.
On my way, sir.
Invasion
Vondark, only a 2-slot planet. We'll have space custody of 5 of them.
Ready. Keep going.
Choose your reinforcements.
This was originally designed as a map for Cothless,
On my
but
way,
it's
sir.
not one of my favorite maps that we have. Aesthetically or in the layout, to be honest.
Away. Reinforcements en route.
Oh wait,
This way.
there's
Yes, Commander.
a thing back there.
Form up. Right away. Ready, as you wish, General.
Enemy is approaching.
Sensor array.
Is there a way to subdue targets that can't retreat rather than have to destroy them? Not really. It'd be fairly complicated to get the game to know, like,
Moving out.
the mode has ended and these things are still around, and then you get ownership of it or something. That could be really overpowered, so it's
ready.
also not ideal in that way either.
Yes, sir. Fall out, troops. Attacking.
Is boarding, even with as much effort as it takes right now, because it is designed to be something that's relatively a little bit rare,
Targeting.
it's still quite powerful and can be still quite powerful.
Reporting in.
Ready for your orders, sir. Firing.
What's on your mind?
So something that would make it that much more common
This way.
would have a bunch of other effects that aren't ideal.
Commencing attack. Mauler ready. Roger that. Heading out.
Yeah? Have blaster, we'll travel.
Time order. Copy. Form up.
Pierce is fine. If he couldn't handle an AAC on his own, he doesn't deserve to be
Awaiting
alive
your
anyways.
orders. Walker moving to attack. All out.
What's the mechanic for boarding? So we have the boarding shuttles, which it basically works like a Pokemon game. You get the shuttle in range, and then you use the ability, and there's a chance of success based on how strong the ship is, like how much remaining health it has.
Yes, sir.
The more damage the enemy ship the higher the chance you have of successfully boarding, but also the closer you get to just destroying the ship. So
Roger that.
it's never a guaranteed thing.
Form up.
Bombing run available.
I got a bad feeling
I
about this.
copy. Commencing bombing.
There's office.
Attack. Report. Initiate.
We're gonna go all the way around. We're gonna go all the way around. Let's see if we kill the structure in one go. We do, yay!
Yes, Commander. Fire.
Alright, so shoot at those.
Open fire.
Shoot at those, and you guys are gonna come for this.
Loud and clear. On it. Watch this. Hope there's a cantina over there.
Get it. Get it.
Form up. Over there. AT-AT ready. Attack that target.
Right, barracks next.
Armor transport
You've
ready.
scattered their units.
What's up? Oh, really? Great. Middle of nowhere. They're in range.
Spreading out.
Bring them on.
Reporting in. Fire at will. Attacking. Roger that. Targeting. Form up. Awaiting your orders. Firing. Target acquired.
Take it easy.
Are these? Yeah, these are regular units, so...
Awaiting orders.
Hey,
I don't care about the Bothans, but I do need to kill everything else.
Copy. I copy.
extra. That'll do nicely. Got it.
Got an AV turret. Tier should be fine walking through there.
I copy. Commencing attack. Reporting. Attack.
Stop running away! I just want to shoot you.
What's so important?
Here, Tiers go around this way.
Can't argue with that.
Order acknowledged. Yes, Commander.
The enemy has been defeated.
Got him!
System conquered.
And I2's next. Bond Arc will build that and that.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Gonna be coming into camp in a second. We got our Pathfinder there.
Battle imminent.
What is my opinion of shooting through terrain? Usually it tends to make maps a lot more samey because the terrain becomes kind of pointless. I don't think the trade-off,
Yes,
like what you're getting out of it,
Yes.
in terms of
Engines activated.
fixing the edge cases where the units would be staying there shooting into nothing, is really worth what you give up for it.
that. Right away.
I copy. Copy. Heading out. Ready.
Ion engines primed.
Ready. Bomber standing by.
Yeah, I think AOTR is doing it, but I don't see the trade-off as worth it.
Deploying squadron. For the Empire.
To be honest,
Setting up my.
I was more in favor of it at first, but then when I played the version of AOTR that I did that I think had it, I think that was what kind of turned me off of it.
Commencing attack.
I've got it.
We've got them on scopes.
And I think there was one of the betas they had that I did my last playthrough in.
Entire squadron standing by.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Like, I think it's a bit more important for them because a lot of their units tend to be
For battle.
a lot slower, and it makes it a bit more difficult to adjust around any sort of pathfinding issue that has it,
Lasers are
or targeting issue that
commencing. Heading out. Attack.
the pass-through works to solve. But I'd rather change unit movement a bit more to make it more solvable rather than
Attack
go that route.
Awaiting instruction. Stay in formation. Pressing the attack.
awaiting.
There's positives and negatives either way. To me, just personally, I don't think it's worth the trade-off.
Attacking target. Awaiting your command.
I copy.
Behind them.
Your command, sir. Commander.
I got one. Yes, Commander. I have them now.
Reporting in.
I'm on them.
Fallout.
Ready? Initiating attack.
Roger that.
Okay, we still got some other ships behind here.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Let's get
Right away.
moving on up there. It looks like a lot more on the minimap than it actually is. Once we're through these golems, it won't be a problem. We'll get the World Devastator, this one being Mantle Cracker, into the Golem 1,
Be destroyed.
and we'll get Einstein's, this is Zenith of Tyranny, onto the Golem 2.
Destroyer here.
And we'll help that with our, is this a tech
Fire
or
at
friend?
will.
Cruiser reporting.
You don't need to be that far up front, but
We're in attack position.
you don't seem to be taking too much damage, so we'll do power to weapons.
Maximum effect. Form up.
Well, glad you like it. I like leader.
Acquiring target.
Copy. Let's move out. Our target priority is the laser cannons. I copy.
TIE Defender standing by. Fire at will.
We've got enough fighters here that none of theirs are going to be
Advancing on target.
any sort of threat.
Hitting us.
Where'd he go? Captain here.
Let's finish him.
How do the World Devastators work? Right now, they're just regular battle cruisers.
The lasers are our target.
In the future, we'd like to code new abilities for them, including using some of the stuff I was talking about earlier, where we're able to
Enemy forces.
transfer information between the Galactic and tactical levels
Almost gone.
in order to develop some more thematic abilities for it and make them more like what you'd expect a World Devastator to be. But EAW only has so much to work with in those cases, and it'll take a lot of scripting to make it otherwise. And most of our scripting in this release and in the last release was working on stuff related to era changes, so like the era selection stuff, and also working on out-of-game tools like the Galactic Conquest scenario builders. So we didn't really have a chance to spend that much time on the ability there.
Stay in formation. Attack.
Thanks for subbing, appreciate it.
Get behind them. Go after the stragglers.
Opening fire on the torpedo launchers.
Alright, more of the Rebel Resistance falls to us.
Reporting in. Fire at will.
Unless they've had to move their capital, it might be here. I can't remember if we put it on
The
Bothui
lasers are our
to start, or if it's on Saijo. Because this was one of the main Rebel bases after Endor, where they kind of staged their forces and moved on into like Delvardis' territory. So we'll see if we're dealing with the actual overall Rebel capital here, or New Republic capital.
Roger that. Targeting.
Getting a lock. Intercepting.
You guys into Corellia?
Battle imminent.
That's just Frigate Shipyard.